Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in action. ALTF4CE versus CITRONS will be our first playoff match broadcasted in this channel regarding the 20th anniversary Call of Duty 2 Major. And this is now a best of 3. And we have the following maps. We are starting off with Rail Yard. Second one will be Burgundy. And for the decider, they choose to go Matmata of all things. Something that we haven't really seen so far. And for now, as you can see, the guys are really sneaky. 1 minute 15 left, and we still haven't really seen any kind of action besides a singular grenade being thrown out. Other than that, everyone is just sitting, waiting around, looking to find someone going too aggressive. But everyone is just sitting on their own. Nayoto is being forced to go fight in the first round already, killing one of his teammates. And now we see a 3 versus 3 situation as a couple of frags are coming in from both CITRONS and ALTF4CE side. And here we go, Heretic is planting the bomb on B side. Defenders storming the place. Heretic dies just after the bomb has been planted. 2 versus 2 situation now, with both of the attackers in the hangar area. And defenders are now leaving the ruins, looking for enemies, but haven't found any so far. There you go, they know the location of Godis, who has now retreated to a corner. However, fight with the sniper going up. Well, his teammate kills Hedzor, and now Adidas is left. 2 versus 1, who goes down to Godis, who in the end gets 4 kills in this round. First one goes to CITRONS. There we go, the second round started. We have the first grenades thrown into the hangar area. No kills just yet. Not even a tag. As CITRONS once again waiting around, hoping to find an ALTF4CE member stepping out of line. However, all of these players are currently sitting passively around the ruins. And Hedzor alone, looking for an A attacker. You see Nitrix seeing the barrage in the sky, trying to hit him. Now he's going to plant the bomb. In a couple of moments. As you see, they are out of the grenades now, and CITRONS gets 3 kills in a matter of moments. Fraggle and Hedzor are now left. Try and defuse in 50 seconds. There we go, Fraggle. Now in a 1 versus 4, gets Godis. Now he's trying to go back to ruins. He sees the new one. He's trying to get him from A. Now finds another player in the ruins already. Retreating. And now Nitrix.
Allies win.
With a calm aim. Gets Fraggle, and now 2-0 for CITRONS on this very first map. Just so you know, my chat visibility is a bit limited at this time. If you have written anything since the matches start, I have no way to see it, so if there is something important, please repeat that message now. Meanwhile, 1 player is now gone from both CITRONS and ALTF4CE side. Only Yoto staying on B alone with only a shotgun. But he's already got a kill. Ready for the next one. He's only got to pray. White looking at him. He sees him through the pixel angle. Minus 90 HP has now been regenerated, and Yoto can now finally start going aggressive again with the shotgun. He definitely has the upper hand in this situation by default. Let's see if he can actually take advantage of that. But not for long. As a teammate comes in, Nitrix takes down the shotgun. And now B is almost clear. There we go. CITRONS players are now rushing the site. And now Goat is getting a double kill. Leaving Hidzor alone from A, who takes down Goatis. There's 3 more players to go and 50 seconds on the clock to complete it. Slowly coming towards the corridor. Fight is now watching him.
Allies win.
Making it a 3-0. There we go, the 4th round starts. Everyone is now looking at the sky. We see a singular grenade being thrown around from Yoto. And nothing else from the CITRONS side. They are all keeping their nades for later. For a possible attack on B, as everyone is currently concentrated on B side. As you can see, Yoto is way up. However, he didn't know about Heretic watching him the whole time. It seems like the CITRONS players are going for patient gameplay. And it does seem to fall apart as B91 is now our only player to watch. All the defenders have died out in a very different spots. None of them near the bomb site where they should have been staying. And there we go, 4-0 already. CITRONS now taking a comfortable lead already. And now, players from all face are now rushing into the warehouse area, and they can hear it. Another pair of CITRONS players waiting on the other side. Heretic with the shotgun, getting some help from Fight and Goatis. Scope and shotgun working together is an interesting combo, and there we go. Yoto is now gone. As Fight finds him with the scope. We see the smoke going out towards B ruins, allowing the team to plant a bomb. Fraggle now in a bit of danger as he takes down Fight. Goes down himself. Now leaving B completely empty. Hidzor is the only one who can save the situation and get the first round for the team. However, he's already damaged. Bomb is being planted. And then Goatis with a jump shot. Takes the victory 5-0. Now our score. Allface haven't really found the footing in this match so far, so they better find something. Otherwise, this will be a very quick loss on this map. As you can see, Yoto rushed to the warehouse area, and now he's completely unable. Along with Fraggle, who is now huddling up in the corner with Heretic in the warehouse area, waiting for the next Altface member. But he is not going to see anyone so far. Nitrix. Let's look at Nitrix. He's now huddled up in the hangar entrance. Well, there is nobody here. Nobody here could kill. But there, Fraggle in the left side. He's now dead. And he could possibly get another one if he throws that grenade in the right corner, which is not exactly sure. But there we go. Autodesk is going down. He is now almost completely empty, except for one more player. reinforcements coming in through the corridor. And now the remaining Altface players are going into the ruins. One scope and one regular Car 98. That's all they are equipped with. There will be B91. The scope is going down. 1v5. Itzor gets eliminated while Godis eliminates his own teammate. Heretic goes down. Which means the shotgun is now left without a sidearm. Let's see if he switches at Nitrix, but it seems like Heretic is going to keep his pistol for now. 6-0 is our score. And it seems like Altface still doesn't know how to react to the CITRONS push. Looks like CITRONS once again playing the winning strategy, also known as the waiting game. Making sure that Altface rushes them first, so then they can use the man advantage after they kill them. You see some grenade setups. Clearing positions, making sure that the enemy is not hiding in hardly reachable corners. Nitrix tries to plant the bomb, but goes down to the shotgun. And now Fart is trying to kill that shotgun. And it's going to prove very hard, considering he's only got a scope to do it in this close range. B91 is also killing Godis. 3 versus 5. Altface has the advantage, and now Heretic with a kill onto Yotso. And now he's planning the bomb. Fight missing a crucial shot. His teammate could die if he doesn't do something. And now Heretic getting a double kill. It doesn't matter for him that he was planning at the bomb. Vulnerability is just not a concern for him. Sarah. Another kill. Heretic getting his third one. Looking for his fourth in ruins. Let's see if he gets the headshot position right. Now Fraggle looking for his 3 opponents. And there we go. He was almost right with that angle. However, Fraggle was a bit trickier than that. But there we go. Heretic with the 4th kill in the round. 7-0. CITRONS is still unstoppable. Once again, 1:45 on the clock. Altface members around the ruins area. CITRONS being very, very patient. Looking for the aggression, but cannot find anything. As Altface is not completely defensive and still dying somehow. That must be very frustrating. Knowing that nothing really works anymore. But what we are seeing instead is CITRONS just completely switching up the playbook and now just rushing out into A. Hidzor doesn't really know what to do with the situation, but gets a kill. So now they at least have a man advantage. Let's see how the players switching over from ruins can help him out. Fully advancing, Hidzor gets a 2nd kill. 3 versus 5. Fight in a good position. Takes down Hidzor. Fraggle also happen out. Putting Nitrix on the spectator screen. There we go. In the 4 versus 2. Now 4 versus 1. Fight is now on a spree. Getting 2 kills. 2 versus 1 now. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what they can make out of this. However, Adidas with good timing makes sure that the first round for Altface happens now.
Explosives diffused.
There you have it. Altface is officially in the first round on this map. That was a very beautiful shot there. streak has been broken, but let's see. Can Altface continue this? Is this the start of something great? Or was it just a one-hit wonder? Once again, Yatso is now pushing aggressively. However, completely messing up the movement. Yes, he went right over that brick, which didn't allow him to jump. Let's watch it back. As you can see, he bumped just in the perfect angle to not be able to jump, which allowed Heretic to get the double kill. Very unfortunate situation, however. There's nothing to be done about that now. Meanwhile, Hidzor gets a kill. Icera goes down. B91 getting a kill as well. Looks like the situation still salvageable. 3 versus 3. Nitrix in a good position. As long as he looks out for grenades. Well, luckily for him, the enemy doesn't have one anymore. You can make sure that he knows that. And Nitrix with a headshot onto Adidas. And his teammate unable to trade. Let's see if B91 can do anything about that. Hidzor going down. B91 is the only one left. There we go. 1 kill into Heretic. Another one in the corner. Unfortunately, the flick didn't work. Nitrix gets the kill. 8-1 is the current score. CITRONS with a clear lead in this first half. In this case, it seems that the hangar area towards A site will be the popular one, as we are seeing multiple players approaching that area from the CITRONS side. And now, with a perfectly timed lineup, could be seeing a grenade kill, but not this time, as Altface has successfully captured the warehouse. And it seems like CITRONS knows it too. With grenades being thrown to every side of the warehouse. Now Nitrix coming in, getting Fraggle. And now people are going back. And there we see how he knows people are here. A little bit of their body was sticking through, as he was demonstrating that to us. And B91 still didn't know what to do with this information. Goes down, and now his team's at a disadvantage, and it seems that Fight gets a nice shot onto B91. Was hiding in that corner until now. And now we see the 3 versus 2. CITRONS finally turning it into their favor. And Sarah missed their shot. Hidzor is still there. Well, his teammate takes down Adidas. That's the last kill of the round, making it a 9-1. We are almost done with this half, and it seems like Altface still hasn't found a solution how to stop this aggression. Fight looking for anybody crossing that area. But once again, Altface has switched back the completely passive approach to the B defense with a singular player in the corner of A, who is never going to peek at this point. And now the first CITRONS players are now going to the exit of hangar. Let's see what they find here. Nitrix looking at the sky. Grenades are coming, and it seems like another team kill by Godis, and 2 Altface players getting kills. 3 kills from Altface. Icera is now left alone in a couple of moments. That is a disastrous round for them. What could have been Another good round has now become a second point for ALTF4CE. Very interesting that we have yet another team kill on the tournament. We are filled with team kills at this point. I have no idea if we even have an official statistic of that, but I would be interested. CITRONS taking up what is now known as their default position, watching all the entrances from B, seeing if anybody's going to push, but nobody wants to push at this point. As ALTF4CE has figured out that staying put is better for them. Maybe they're going out for the bomb plan, and Nitrix dies to them. Godis gets revenge for his teammate, and goes down himself. We're looking at a free resist for CITRONS with one man down. Are still trying to look at this B side. And Heretic himself. And the shotgun's in danger. Retreating back to the hangar part. So it's still unsure where the shotgun could have gone. And now it looks like Heretic is the only one left, as Sarah gets killed with a very good headshot from B91. Heretic looking for a head, doesn't find the shot. There we go, B91 catching another kill, making it a 9-3 half so far. Let's see if either teams need a little bit of time before they head into the second map. I mean the second half. And it seems we need two CITRONS players. Press the sacred button. CITRONS seems to have nailed down their strategy for the second half, as they have readied up, and now we are officially underway. CITRONS now defending. ALTF4CE has to attack these sites. They can get a couple more points on the map. And it seems ALTF4CE so far is heading for a very similar strategy, just starting with a waiting game. And ALTF4CE losing a member already. Yoso is out. We don't have a shotgun anymore. Only the attackers. And Heretic getting another kill. Fraggle is the victim. Possible confrontation here. And there we go. Nitrix getting B91. Adidas can hear the footsteps but doesn't see the man who's making them. But he is very, very close to getting it. Well, we do have a confrontation here. Nitrix about to get another kill. However, Hitzor is much more accurate. Taking down Nitrix and getting a kill for his team. Adidas left in a 1v4. They're stranded in the warehouse with 35 seconds left. Doesn't know he's being watched at. Watched from a pixel angle. He's got 20 seconds to try and plant the bomb or kill the 4 others. There you go, there's one. He needs 3 more. Great direction. There's indeed somebody in the ruins. However, it is Fight with a jump shot. Taking Adidas down and getting the 10th round for CITRONS. position on the jump. So far, doesn't see anybody. However, Altface. Very aggressive approach, and now Fraggle as well dying. Two people sitting in the middle of the bomb site in the open. B91 with a scope against the shotgun. Not a wise choice. Certainly can be done. B91 is not giving it up. He knows leaving that door unguarded can be a crucial mistake. Now B91 is suspecting somebody is lying down in that part of the corner. And there you have it, Heretic. With a good angle taking him down, and now Adidas left in 1 versus 5. Mo's in the gun. I'm not sure if he can do anything here. They've been getting himself boxed in. There we go. Shooting at him through the tank. And Heretic comes in to finish him off 11-3. 2 more rounds needed to take the first map. So we can head over to Burgundy. Adidas getting the first kill. CITRONS down 1 member. Adidas looking at the corridor, doesn't see anyone just yet. Should be looking at that, and the MG helps him out. Heretic goes down. 3 versus 5. Altface with the advantage, and there's another kill from Adidas. Taking down the scope. Let's see if he can get the other player from Ruins. Or with the sales kill. So now seeing the muzzle. Gets taken down by B91. Another unfortunate accident. Teammate going down. Nitrix now takes down Adidas. Hidzor getting a kill. Nitrix is out. Sarah left alone with 40 seconds on the clock. Let's see what he can do from the situation. There's a kill. Hidzor is out. He needs 2 more to go. No time. It is now becoming an even more valuable currency as it is running out. It looks like he cannot find the enemies in advance. This causes a lot of problems as he is now unable to defuse. And this way, Altface getting a 4th round. And there's one more interesting part to see. Is Icero able to get that weapon out? And it seems like he does. He is able to get that weapon out. And hopefully give it to someone else in the team. There you go. Heretic switching his pistol for the Mo's in the gun. Let's see how the fight does. Looking at the hangar area. Find a kill before the smoke fills the entire doorway. Now we see Heretic using the newly acquired Mo's in the gun. Out ahead. And he does know about the players inside warehouse, but doesn't quite know where they are. But it is a good idea to keep watch on it. Especially now that you've heard the footsteps, you should be looking there. There you go. You saw the body. You should hit it. There you go. Fraggle goes down. Heretic with the first kill. And there's one more you need to find. Gotis, however, found him first and died. We got 55 seconds. And Altface is still unsure which side to try as they get into a confrontation with the sole A defender, who is very, very passive. Couple of shots being exchanged. Heretic goes down from B. And now looks like a 5th alt face round. It's very much possible. 3 versus 4, and we have 20 seconds left. Adidas gets a grenade thrown in his face, delaying that bomb plant just a tiny bit. Sarah still kept his nade, however, can I use it? It is too far from B, and now fight is dead. 2 versus 4. Which means that there's not a lot that the CITRONS players can do now. But it is still not impossible. We got 40 seconds left with Zempo for 4 kills, and there we go. That is a crazy hit. However, still not enough. Take down this player. 25 seconds left, and he's now being shot at from all sides, prompting him to retreat into the hangar. We try to find a weapon. Baiting a tiny bit. There you go, Yoto is out. You can check the corpse, just make sure he lets to fight another day as he's being rushed down by Hidzor. Hidzor catches him, and there's a second kill. And the Mosin Nagan to get to his teammate. 11-5 is now our score. Altface gets a second round. First kill is going to fight, catching Adidas off guard while he's entering the main hangar area. And now the warehouse has been captured by the Altface members. So we should check here how Heretic is going to handle that. He does see a silhouette. Takes him down. Hidzor is now out of commission. And we see that players are now huddled up in the Overwatch area of B. All 3 of them bundled up in one spot. However, Heretic is unable to get there. For now, B921 gets a kill into Gotis, finding a little bit of a crack in the defense. And then you can see Altface and Heretic get 1 kill each. However, cannot get the second as he also makes his way onto B in the open area. Tries a decoy, a fake plant. However, it didn't work on Nitrix, who seems to be getting behind Yoso somehow.
Axis win.
And there we go, 12-5 on the first map. Good old rail yard, which means that Altface need 7 in a row without any mistakes if they want to bring this back. If they want to talk about any kind of possible redemption here. Otherwise, we are talking about a 1-0 in the best of 3 series. Gotis being shot at, still unsure what to do. As those Altface players are now once again gathering around the warehouse. Grenade being thrown, didn't hit anybody. And now Adidas getting a kill into Gotis. CITRONS is down 1 man, but still there are 3 of them surrounding B bomb site. A bit of silence on this battlefield. Everyone is just looking for the next opponent. And now I throws the grenade, doesn't hit anybody so far. What we do have is Heretic possibly seeing an enemy player. Let's see what happens here. There you go. Misses the shot, but his teammate helps him out. 4 versus 3, and now Yoto gets a kill to fight. That is a crucial miss as Heretic goes down 4 versus 2. There's a kill from Nitrix. Almost gets a second, but the miss makes him overpeak, and now B91
Explosives planted!
punishes him for it. 4 versus 1. I'm sorry, 3 versus 1. Sarah is the only one left, trying to get into the corridor, scouting the area around. He's got 40 seconds left to try and make a difference. There we go. Hidzor is down. 2 more players he needs to find in 30 seconds. One of them in the hangars. Closed area. And the other one is in this warehouse.
Axis
Let's see if he finds him.
eliminated.
However, B91
Allies
finds him
win.
instead. 12 to 6. Alt face is 6 rounds away. However, CITRONS only needs a single one in this first map. Remember, this is a best of 3, so not everything is lost, but it does make it very hard instead. Gus looking over the smoke, doesn't see anybody. Random shot, didn't connect. But at least he does have a grenade lineup, which ultimately didn't work out in the end. And for a change, we don't have anybody in the warehouse just yet. And now Heretic trying to use that to his advantage. Heretic goes out.
Sorry!
With a mystical grenade from Yotso. He's now throwing a smoke. To have the bomb plant. We still have 55 seconds to decide what to do. And now Fraggle finding the confidence to get into the warehouse. Over the box. Doesn't see anybody. Now fight. Taking out B91. 4 versus 4. Fight with another kill, and Nitrix helping him out. We are looking at disaster. CITRONS coming in to close this map. There's still 2 more players that they need to kill. And now fight.
Explosives planted!
Leading the charge. Potentially the first one to find the opponent. Very crucial miss. But then Hidzor is taken out. Hyotso is now taking revenge on his friend. Nitrix with 2 misses, allowing Hyotso to come closer. But then Isera gets the kill, and now 13 to 6 will be our final score for this first map. And there we go. We are heading to Burgundy.
Explosives diffused. Axis win.
And now, after a very quick break, the action continues on the second map between CITRONS and ALTF4CE on Burgundy. ALTF4CE leading the charge, the American team. People are going to cross, but didn't find one before the smoke, and now we have two players swarming up to B. And there's a triple kill from Godis with a singular grenade. That is a huge hit for ALTF4CE. Already down 3 people. However, B91 avenges his fallen teammates, but is now left with the minimal assistance. He is able to pick up a Thompson, but to get the kill first. However, Fight making sure that his teammate doesn't go down unavenged. Now gets a kill, and Adidas is now trying to find a way onto A. He still has a minute to do so. So it looks like he's going to wait in case Heretic tries to push. That shotgun is very, very passive, which was a wise decision as Adidas misses 8 shots onto him. There you go, Adidas. Is going down. Lying down, getting a kill. Fight is out. 2 versus 1. He's got 20 more seconds to go, and 4 players are near him.
Allies eliminated.
And now Nitrix takes him down. First round goes to CITRONS. Nitrix with a no scope. Once again, we are looking for the jumpers. We're getting onto the B site. We have 2 people crossing over. Only one making it into the site so far. There we go, the B players have taken their position. Now Godis and Isera are getting the frags. And it's already a 3 versus 5. CITRONS with a very good defense so far, which is surprising on Burgundy. Adidas patiently waiting out the enemy along with his teammates. However, time doesn't work for them just yet. They need a bomb plant for it. Now with his teammate that he doesn't know what to do, as he only has a singular scope, but that M1 is always available to pick up if he chooses to do so. And he missed that singular foot under the tank, which I did spot for a millisecond or 2. So they possibly don't have information about that member who is going to join them in the defense. And now Yoto with a double kill, almost a triple. And it looks like they are afraid as nobody is going to peek anymore for double rounds.
Allies eliminated.
And now Heretic finishing off the round.
Win.
2-0. CITRONS did a great active side so far. Look at that entry. Let's see how B91 tries to handle all the jumps. And the decoy work as Fight takes him out. He has no idea he was being watched from another direction. Now Fraggle coming up still aggressively on the street and gets taken out through a smoke. Look at that, Heretic helping out a teammate. Yoto is also going down and Hitzor being the only one left coming up the street as well. Let's see.
Allies
Rangers first.
eliminated.
Isera getting a kill.
Axis
3-0. That's how we're advancing into the 4th round. Fight once again. Looking through the trick angle, but doesn't find anybody. And the Americans are playing with a little bit of different strategy. And there you go, Fraggle getting a double kill. Let's see what happened there. They just lined them up perfectly. And now CITRONS with limited capabilities. Fighting the retake of that B bomb plant.
Explosives
They
planted!
have to deal with a lot more opponents than they first thought. However, Flight gets a kill. B91 continues the fragging. Heretic is out. Only a single scope and a regular Core 98 remaining for the Axis. And they have 40 seconds to defuse that bomb. And let's see if they can find them. However, Nitrix doesn't see it through the grass. And now his teammate is left alone. The scope and M1 Garand is being saved right now. Flight takes defensive positions in the MG tower. Here's the opponent coming for him. But instead keeps looking towards B. And now Fight.
Objective destroyed.
And the bomb
Allies win.
exploded. Is now safe from all kinds of harm. Which means he can give this M1 to his teammates. But this also means ALTF4CE has arrived on the second map. 3-1 is our score. Finally, the American side is showing something. Let's go. If the grenade hits anybody, however, nobody was there for the taking. And now Fraggle is already planting the bomb at 140.
Explosives
As
planted!
the Allied players have realized that the Axis is not coming from A. Missing the first frags, Nitrix getting one, and that Goatis goes down. 3 versus 3. So the Americans are huddled up in B. We have Yotso here with the shotgun. He's been spotted, minus 87 with a grenade, and the other shotgun takes him out. Heretic now making his way, getting another kill. Let's see if Hidzor can try to clutch this. 3 versus 1 gets taken out by a grenade. And now Fight, he's got 20 seconds to defuse, which means we are looking at a possible 4-1. Unless something happens to his keyboard. And that doesn't look
Explosives
very
diffused.
plausible. There you go,
Axis
4-1.
win.
Is our new score. Look at that double kill. Very clean. Heretic really is an impact player on this best of 3 so far. With so many frags in the warehouse area during the defense and also the offense with the shotgun. Sarah gets a kill.
Explosives
Another
planted!
American going down before the bomb plant. Now with the advantage. It's like they're jumping around, and Heretic with another team kill. Isera goes down to a random grenade. Very unfortunate. And now CITRONS are losing players left and right. 3 versus 4, 4 versus 2. And there you go. Fight is now left alone. There is nothing that would have predicted this predicament. Hidzor going down with a very great headshot from Fight. But once again, the sniper is going to have to find a weapon. And it looks like the attackers are coming in one by one. Yotso getting taken out. Which means a possible weapon for Fight. I'm not sure if he wants to take it, but it seems like he's waiting for the time to kind of run out, and he's barely faster than the Allied soldier, which means Core 98 is going back to the Axis. Four on 2 is our score right now. And once again, B91 watching the cross, takes a shot but doesn't hit anybody. And now, you can see that we have 2 players trying getting to beat Gotis, being the first one. Takes a hit, but is still alive. Gets into double window. Now he is mostly safe from any kind of repercussions. But still, we have some fighting on B side. And not quite missing a couple of shots. However, the same cannot be said about his teammate, Isera. Did a double. Look at that. A nice double kill. And now fighting Gotis with one headshot each. Make sure Hidzo is now left alone. 1 versus 4. This one doesn't know that there's an enemy waiting just ahead. Nitrace getting the 5th round on the board. And we are now getting into round 8. There we go, fight. Getting a shot. There's an American going down, and Oisera getting a grenade kill. This means that B is now completely defended by the Axis. 2 players are remaining, and we are only at 140 into the round. And Gotis taken down from the cart. Hidzo getting a kill himself. There you go. One more frag for B91. And he knows that there's another Axis player on B. Starts scouting ahead. And his only teammate, Hidzor, looking to make this 2 versus 2 into a 3rd round. Hidzor clearing all the angles. Double window must be checked first. And now the safety plant. And B91 and Heretic getting 1 kill each. Means it's Hidzor, Heretic 1 versus 1. Let's look at the shotgunner. He's now slowly creeping up on double house. And he knows he was supposed to look there, but the timing was unfortunate. And now Hidzor. Looks like he is not entirely convinced, but is still coming to check. And Heretic gets the 1v1. And that is a 6th round for CITRONS. Nicely played by Heretic with the waiting game.
Explosives diffused. Axis win.
CB91 once again. How does he handle the cross? Gotis gets taken down. One more frag. 2 players are already down. People who were supposed to go to B. Now we are looking at big problems for the B side, but the Americans are still not convinced that they should go there, as they lost 2 of their own. And now a 3rd one, Heretic, with the shotgun, making the impact once again. There you go. That would have been a very crucial frag. But the aim punch just didn't allow him as Hidzor takes it down. The M1 Garand just proved too strong in that exact scenario. Now fight takes down Hidzor, 2 versus 1. B91 is stuck on B side. He could plant the bomb at any time, but who knows when he will get jumped. Especially now that he's heard a footstep to his left. He's now making his way towards their spawn. Unsure where to look, but he still has 40 seconds to decide where to go after all. There you go, at 30 seconds, he's going to start planting.
Explosives planted!
And now he's looking at APC, which is a wise decision, considering where the enemy is. And now, retreating into double window. And your intuition is great. And now you have information about both of them. That's the first kill. Very nice no-scope. And let's see if he can get the second one. That's a crucial miss. Oh no. This is looking very problematic, and he's got the hit. Let's see if he can finish it. And he
Eliminated.
can finish it. The 2
Allies
versus 1.
win.
B91 getting a third round with a very nice 2-on-1 situation. Absolutely unbelievable what is happening here. And one once again, taking down one person who tried to cross. And Fraggle continuing. Still, one person getting to B side. However, Fight is now in danger from a shotgun. Goat is helping out. 3 versus 3. And we have yet another group of Americans coming towards B, with only Goatis left to defend, who is currently, I would say, on fire. There we go. B91 is taken out. Goatis with another frag, and now Fight trying to bait the DMG, but doesn't get the frag. Adidas waiting around on A short. He's not going to see anybody here. But it does seem like a good idea at first. Adidas finding a kill. Goatis is out, which means a 2-on-1. And now we see Fraggle storming B side. Fight kills him instead. And now it's Adidas and Fight in 1 versus 1. Fight doesn't know where to look. And almost walked into danger. Danger that is Adidas sitting under that tank, waiting for the right moment. And now Adidas sees the opponent, and now they both know each other's positions. They've got 15 seconds left on the clock. Adidas better do something fast, as he doesn't have much time left.
Allies eliminated.
And there we go. Fight knows
Axis
where
win.
to look. And now it's a 7th round on the board for CITRONS. Got 2 more rounds to go. 7 on the Axis is very, very strong considering this map. It seems like ALTF4CE is in real danger in this best of 3, having lost the first one. Looks like nobody is really crossing over, which means that the Germans coming over from A. Adidas with the trigger discipline.
Explosives planted.
Scouting to see if he can kill someone else, and Adidas gets a kill, almost gets a second onto A truck. Now it's in a pickle, trying to get the hit, minus 90 HP. Which Nitrix recovers, and now he's looking for the kill. Let's see if he gets it. Unfortunate grenade placement, and he gets the tag, but it wasn't enough to finish him. And now Heretic and Fight are the only ones left. Heretic gets the frag. The other 2 players are outside, which means that they could start defusing. However, in that open position, with not much time left on the clock, this is a very, very dangerous position to be in. And now Heretic gets a 3rd kill, and however, couldn't get the 3rd one. And he still gets the frag just in time to defuse. Fight, you are insane. Let's see the time.
Explosives
0.17 left on the
Axis
clock
win.
when he defused it. Fight with a very, very important frag. That is unbelievable. 0.17. Nicely played by CITRONS. Once again, the Heretic with the impact frags. Now Fight with the MG doesn't find anyone. But he does know the info that Americans are now converging onto the center of the map. Fraggle trying to get a kill with the grenade. Doesn't hit anybody. Which should be important. Since they are down 1 man. But there we go. Hidzo is now helping them out. 3 versus 3 already. Fraggle denying the cross for the German side. And we are now looking at a 2 versus 2 as Nitrix is looking around the B garden area. Here's the jumping American, takes him out. B91 is now watching from spectator mode. Hidzo is now making footsteps, which which Nitrix can hear. Now Gotis knows where to look, but doesn't get the frag just yet.
Allies eliminated.
Nitrix gets a
Axis
fourth one.
win.
Hitzor goes down 9-3 is how we will switch. A very, very disastrous situation for Altface as they are now going to the harder side of this map. CITRONS are going to attack. This is not a good position to be in, as the score should be switched, in my opinion. They should have 9 rounds starting in the American side, but as you can see, it seems that the Axis defense is just that good. Now see Nitrons, they need 4 more rounds to win this best of 3. 4 rounds in the easier half of Burgundy. Now we have 1 kill on each side. Fight goes down. Fraggle is very aggressive. Already. Look at that. He's already on the allied spawn at 130. And he could get another frag. Look at that. Icera just barely missed Adidas. Was now on the other side of that tank to see the silhouette, but couldn't get the frag. Very unfortunate scenario. They just barely missed each other. Now Godes is planting the bomb. Icera at the doghouse. Knows he is safe. And now has more information about the enemy. Adidas and Fraggle now have to make their way over to the B bomb site. Let's see what they can do. Adidas going up the street, right in the middle of it. If there's anything that's dangerous, let's say it is that. Icera is now left alone, 1 versus 2. Very good decision not to shoot just yet. And now he goes down as he didn't shoot Adidas fast enough. That tag just barely. It was just barely not enough. And now we see Altface getting around the first one in the second half.
Win.
The round quickly fell apart. Even though it was still savable in my opinion. I agree with that observation. Doesn't seem to find his place on the map so far. But he is still the shotgun with a very important purpose of putting down that smoke, which could always be useful. And now Gotis did a double kill. CITRONS leading the charge onto B. No grenades coming in, which means Icera is safe. And now Altface. They need to defuse their bomb. Or kill all players and defuse the bomb. It doesn't matter, but the bomb does need to be defused. And they have 45 seconds left to do it. They still have no means to get inside. Now Gotis takes down one of theirs. Fraggle gets the trade. They still need 3 more players to go. They want to have a shot at it. Fraggle is clearing the sniper house, but finds nobody so far. Not even a weapon for himself. And the info is coming from Heretic that 1 player is on APC, and the shotgun takes him out. Gets a free Car 98 and gets the 10th round for CITRONS. And we have 3 more rounds to go for CITRONS to win the best of 3. Now this time, we should look at fight. And this is the first shot onto the crossing Axis players. There you go, Adidas going down 4 versus 5. And another miss, which allows 2 Axis players to get into B. And now Nitrix leading the charge, gets a tag, but gets tagged himself. Doesn't quite make it onto B, but at least they have the information. And now he opts to go for the street instead. Not sure if... There we go. There was 0 information from Hitzor regarding that street push, which means this could be very, very dangerous if Nitrix decides to go into B. But for now, he is not going to do so. Hoping to find somebody trying to rotate to A. This is a very, very strong position to be in. Hidzor gets taken out, which could prompt one of the A players, but B91 gets found instead. Now Nitrix seeing the second A player. Gets a tag on him. And now Yotzel takes him down. And Fraggle taking down his own teammate. What even happened? Fraggle taking down his own teammate, and now he's left alone. CITRONS taking the 11th round as Icero kills him. 2 more rounds to go for CITRONS. Oldface is falling apart. Let's see if they can salvage this. However, it is an uphill battle, I must say. Now fight. Looking for the cross, and there we go. The sniper has been taken out. And another shot taken. Didn't connect. Visual is up on the street. Gets stacked himself, and then Godis trying to snipe him with the pistol. That's Red instead. 3 versus 1 already. Adidas coming up on A-long. Trying to find an enemy. Finds one on their own spawn. Fight is going down. There's 2 more players to go. However, hold on. Alright. It seems that Adidas needed a couple seconds. That was very weird from his perspective. But at least it's good to know that he is still in the fight. Take a technical break. There we go. Nitrix takes him down, and we are at match point. Fight once again, looking down at scope. Crossing German player, but doesn't find anybody. Now Yotzel going Godis. Is getting an early lead in this round, and now Yotzel is in the American sniper house. In the corner, takes down Heretic. There's no shotgun anymore for the Americans, which could be disastrous. 3 more Americans to kill. Now Yotzel is getting a second kill of his own. However, Sarah takes him down. B91 taking his place. Sarah trying to plant the bomb, however, hits Zor. Make sure that doesn't happen. And now we have fight left. In 17-7 with a very trusty sniper. And as you can see, he is currently our top fragger for this map. He could be looking at a very, very good round if he takes these 2 players out. He's got 40 seconds to do so. And the dream. There you go. Hizor is being taken out. 1 versus 1. B91. The scope battle coming up in this close range. Fight and Splash coming out to the street. B91 behind the tank is going to shoot him in the back. It looks like B91 doesn't get the chance just yet, and then he misses the shot at 15 seconds on the clock. This just allows Fight to plant the bomb, unless B91 gets the jump shot. However, Fight knew what route to take, and now Fight knows where to look. Fight in a very dangerous position, but this is the last shot that needs to be taken, and B91 gets the kill. It looks like Oldface is still in the fight, getting the 5th round on the board. And he also has an extra weapon to take home to his friends.
Axis win.
A very, very crucial moment. However, there's 7 more they need to get at least if they want to keep themselves in this fight. And they are not allowed any mistakes anymore. There's 1 more point. The best of 3 is over. There's a minus 98. However, it's not enough to finish off the CITRONS player. Goatis with a double though. Yoso cannot even believe that second kill, it seems. He now types in chat about it. Nitrix getting a kill. And we have B91 left already. At 1 minute 30 on the clock. He's being surrounded by Americans. B91 just shooting left and right, hoping to get anyone. And there you go, 2-0. 13-5 is how we end this match. CITRONS with a very clear, dominant gameplay on both maps. Nicely played by these players. But this also means we will have to wait a tiny bit for our next match. Until then,